Extension of the spine will help bring oxygen. Hi, this is Nancy Thompson, the Functional Fitness Specialist at the Springfield Wellness Center. If you are at a job that requires you to be at a desk all day on a keyboard, or you're behind the wheel driving a car for hours at a time, probably you've experienced upper back pain, some kind of pain, but often upper back pain is an outcome of those type of occupations. And it really is such a common problem that we deal with it every day here at the Springfield Wellness Center. There are things, however, that you can do to combat the pain or the discomfort that you're feeling, probably because of the positions you're sitting in for hours at a time during the day. Regarding the position is really what it comes down to. And what we want you to first thing to consider is getting in to better posture or perfect posture, and you have to be really aware of what that is. And then there's stretches and active range of motions we can work on, and then strengthening we can do of the weak muscles that are probably part of the problem of the condition of upper back pain. And all those things combined can really help you deal with upper back pain and hopefully get rid of it and keep it away. The first thing, like I said, is perfect posture. And I like to use a wall. I work with people every day. We get them on the wall. It gives you instant feedback. If we set up our body along the wall, we want to start with heels at the baseboard or close to it, hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, and then ears over shoulders. Here's where the big problem happens for a lot of people and where the pain is coming from. We have tight muscles here in the front from forward and forward-leaning occupations and movements. We have weak muscles in the upper back, the posterior part of the body, that don't allow us to get the head back in alignment positions, and that is going to cause a lot of upper back pain. So the wall gives us instant feedback. I always encourage people to use that here and at home to get the ears over shoulders, like I said, and shoulders over hips, hips over ankles for that perfect posture, good alignment. And then if we're working towards that. If you can't get there yet, getting on the floor is a way that, and doing these similar exercises on the floor will let gravity help you get in that position. But when you lay down on the floor, but we're going to use the wall today. So have the back of the head against the wall. That gets the ears over shoulders. And then we're going to start into those movements that I talked about to give your tight muscles a stretch and start working some muscles that are weak. A chin tuck is the first thing we always do with people by pulling the chin down towards the chest and still trying to keep the back of the head at the wall. And that's going to stretch the back of the neck, which are often very tight, and then help strengthen the front of the neck, which is often weak in this upper back pain condition. And we want to do about 10 to 20 of these reps in this perfect posture position, because if you're just doing them out here and you have poor posture, we're not getting at rid of the problem. So we always want to start all these moves in the perfect posture. So that's why we're going to continue using the wall. So again, chin tucks are very important, and you can do 10 to 20 of those, 2 to 3 sets a day. Will really start help stretching and strengthening the weak side. Then we're going to add chest openers. And again, some feedback here is if we can stand in this cactus position with the elbows at shoulder height, getting the hands and the arms back at the wall, that's a really good starting point. But then we want to start stretching the pecs and then some of the other muscles that are good for upper back and posture. We can do eagle arms by bringing our hands up and then elbows down to get those muscles moving and stretched. And then we can come away from the wall and we can bring our elbows back farther if that's possible. If that is not a position that you can get into, then we like to use the wall or a corner to help get into that position by maybe doing one arm at a time, pec stretch, where the elbows again going to be shoulder high, and we're going to use the leverage of the wall to actively stretch that part. And we want to go in and out of that to kind of stretch and warm up the pec muscles, and we can do each arm. We could use tools. We have tubing that we're going to use in a couple different ways, but an overhead pass is a good way to start stretching the pec and the tight muscles in the front part of the body. And we want to do that again maybe 5 to 10 times, 2 to 3 sets to open up the chest and get the shoulders moving in the proper way. And those are a couple of, again, the exercises, the chin tucks, the pec stretch, and the overhead pass. And again, you don't have to have a special piece of tubing at home. You could use a rope or a belt or a long beach towel or something that will help get your arms stretched out and connected to help open up those pec muscles that are often very tight in upper back pain. But then we want to start strengthening the upper back muscles. And again, there's some easy things you can do at home to start facilitating that. We're going to use, first off, a TheraBand. And these are easily found. We provide them here at the center, or you can get these at any fitness store. We want to have the palms up and do a series of exercises to start strengthening and activating those upper back muscles. We call these the L exercise, where the arm stays in an L shape. And then we externally rotate the shoulder blades and the shoulder to activate those upper back muscles. We're going to do, again, 10 reps of that. We're going to do an X, again, with activating the upper back muscles by bringing our arms into a diagonal position and then coming back to center and going at the other diagonal. We'll work those muscles in a different plane. That's the X exercise. And then the third exercise of this series is the T. Again, we're going to have to start with the palms up, holding onto the band. We open up and make the whole body a T by pulling the hands out. And again, we're activating those upper back muscles in this position to really get at the traps and the upper back muscles that are going to help improve the upper back strength to help reduce upper back pain. So that's a series of exercises we call the L, X, and T's. Easily done. Again, do 2 to 3 sets of 10. Build up to multiple sets as the exercise gets easier, and you can then of course increase the strength or the resistance of the band. Another thing you can do at home with the tubing, you can do this in a doorway or a pole post or something that you have at home. We'll want to again add more resistance by doing the row move, which is going to again strengthen the upper back, but we can do double it up and do one arm at a time, so that each arm is going to have to do its own work. And we'll want to do, again, 10 reps of that on each arm, 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 sets. And that will start strengthening the upper back muscles. You could also do a set with both arms and include that in your set as well. So there's a few exercises you can do to strengthen upper back muscles. They're probably weak if you have upper back pain. So between the perfect posture that we ask you to find using the wall, the chin tucks and the pec openers that you can use with or without the tubing, and then the strengthening exercises can really go a long way in preventing upper back pain or treating it if you have it. So if you found these tips useful, please share them with your friends. This is Nancy Thompson, the Functional Fitness Specialist at the Springfield Wellness Center.